Welcome to Bookends, a podcast about the books, chapters, and pages of our lives and the writers behind the stories we love. Today, we will get to know debut author Sarah Styf. If you want to get in on the fun by doing an author interview, answer the questions you can find at writercat.com. Now, on with the show.
Happy New Year, bookworms and wordsmiths. I'm your host, Writer Cat. Today, I am doing a Q&A with Sarah Styf. Sarah moved back to Indiana a few years ago after living in Texas for 6 years. She said she learned a lot as a Midwesterner living in Texas. Sarah now lives in the Indianapolis area with her husband of 22 years, their 2 children, and 2 dogs. Sarah is a high school English teacher and debut indie author. Her hobbies include writing, reading, and outdoor activities like camping, running, and hiking. Welcome, Sarah. Congratulations on publishing your first book. Tell us about it.
Thanks. It's a faith-based memoir about my travel adventures, challenges, and experiences that led to my becoming a writer. It's titled, Embracing the Journey, Learning to Grow When Life Doesn't Work Out as Planned.
How did you come up with the idea for your book?
I love memoirs, and I appreciate essays. Reading John Green's Anthropocene Reviewed helped me see that there is a market for essay writing. They are quick to digest, and you can return to it when you are ready. It doesn't have to be devoured all at once.
What do you hope readers will take away from your book?
It is a collection of essays I've written over years of blogging. I hope that people will take away from it that life throws us a lot of curveballs, but we can still grow, even in the most difficult of times.
What was the most challenging aspect of publishing your book, and how did you overcome it?
As someone with a day job as a teacher, I already have a lot on my plate. Making the time to write and still be an attentive wife, mom, and teacher takes a lot of balancing, and I don't always do it well. Since I self-published, I also had a lot to learn about the process. While people like to believe self-publishing is taking the easy way out, it is a lot of work to do well. It is not the easy way out. It is just one way to take more control of the process of getting your words out there.
I can vouch for that. As an indie author, we have to wear all the hats. What is your favorite genre to read and write?
I love historical fiction and memoirs. I prefer writing essays and memoirs, but as I start thinking about fiction writing, I would be willing to dip into historical fiction.
Writing a historical fiction novel is my dream too. What is your writing routine and habits that have helped you stay productive?
I try to make Saturday and Sunday mornings before church my writing time. My kids are old enough that they sleep in, so I can still sleep in a little and get quiet time to write so that I'm not avoiding my family all weekend.
How do you handle writer's block or moments when you feel creatively stuck?
I read the work of others to get ideas and to hopefully inspire me. Or I go for a run or walk the dogs.
What are you working on next?
I'm working on a camping memoir that covers our early marriage and early parenthood, ending in the spring of 2021, right before we moved back to Indiana.
If you could do a book signing anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Edinburgh, Scotland. It's one of my favorite cities in the world.
What advice do you have for aspiring authors?
Just write, but make sure your work is ready for an audience before publishing it to the public. There is nothing wrong with writing for years for just you.
What is one thing you love about being an author?
Writing is my emotional and mental outlet. When I don't write, it feels like there is something wrong.
What is the most valuable lesson you've learned on your journey as an author that you wish you had known before you started?
You really have to work hard to make connections with people. You can't just depend on social media to sell your work. You have to make people care about you and the work you are producing.
That's good advice. We like to support those we know, like, and trust. As my mentor, John C. Maxwell, says in his book, Everyone Communicates, Few Connect. Connecting with others requires intentional effort. This includes taking the initiative, being clear, patient, selfless, and consistent. How can we connect with you, Sarah?
I'm on Threads, Facebook, and Instagram. You can also access my Amazon author page. Most importantly, you can subscribe to my blog at sarahstyf.substack.com to see what else I'm writing and to get information about my upcoming book projects.
That's Sarah spelled S-A-R-A-H and Styf spelled S-T-Y-F.substack.com. Thank you for sharing your writing journey with us, Sarah Styf. And thank you, listeners, for tuning in. If you enjoy memoirs, check out Sarah's book, Embracing the Journey. If you're an author with a book release on the horizon or want to participate in a Q&A interview, visit writercat.com for the author interview questions. Until next time, keep reading, keep writing, and remember that every story has the power to change lives.
That's a wrap for this episode of the Bookends podcast. Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed getting to know Sarah Styf. Please follow or subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. We'll be back soon with more great conversations about books and authors. In the meantime, we hope you continue to enjoy those special moments between the bookends of your life. Until next time, happy reading.